Hey everyone, this is Imbue Paladin. I've been having a blast. So Imbue is really strong in Paladin. When it upgrades, it gets you to have bigger and bigger dragons. So these actually are an aura, so they shuffle in one, but like let's say you shuffle in a bunch and you upgrade it, they come out as upgraded. So you basically are shuffling all these dragons and they get stronger and stronger. All right. So you're shuffling in all these dragons, right? And you're using the imbues, and then you basically just control the board from there. You have Ursula and Reviving Flames, which you can reliably tutor out to often get wins as well. You have Anachronos. Lumia will probably get cut eventually. This card was pretty bad, but everything else. Tooth was like felt good, but not really necessary. But everything else felt really strong. You do Sing Along Buddy to get buffs, and if you can get the 10 mana dragons, which often you can by getting 3 mana, you have a reasonable odds of hitting Gold Petal Drake off your hero power. You can get 10 mana dragons, which gives you just ridiculous damage first, because the big 10 mana dragon right now is this card right here. Let me show you this guy. So this guy can just deal tons of face damage. So you don't even, your board can be controlling the board every turn and you can still win. So deck felt really strong. I expect this Paladin archetype to be a really strong contender on day one. So really enjoyed it. Got some games for you guys to enjoy. And they can get away with that when the game is relatively free to play friendly, which it is. If the game was much like the old system, I would think it would be really bad, because you would invest in a deck and then you would lose all your investment and you wouldn't be able to afford and you just quit. But the game's much more free to play friendly now. So yeah, I mean, I also think decks like Control Warrior are supposed to lose to decks like Zerg Death Knight. If you play a deck that's very defensive, you're supposed to not lose, in my opinion, to an OTK deck. You're supposed to lose, in my opinion, to a deck that's like very sticky, tons of minions, tons of value. So yeah, I think that's the kind of deck. Zerg Death Knight's the kind of deck that's supposed to be Control Warrior, not Owl Druid. Like Owl Druid is you're supposed to be able to get out of range, in my opinion. So it's just like, I really much think Zerg Death Knight is something. What should lose to OTK? Mage. Decks that only have 30 life. But so where those decks should be able to beat Zerg Death Knight because you like freeze their board, or you Sargeras suck them up, like. So you have different kinds of control, basically, and different kinds of control are vulnerable to different kinds of decks. So Mage does have, like, if you don't have armor now, you just don't really exist. So it's kind of like, so it's kind of hard with that, but. Yeah. So I'm not being an exact science. My point is, my overall point is I think a deck like Zerg Death Knight is good for the game, even if it feels bad to play against. That's the no heads take. Just because it feels bad, like, those decks need to exist. So I think they're good for the game as a whole. It was like, especially like a Zerg Death Knight has lots and lots of weaknesses, right? It's just very much countered by aggro. It's countered by silent stuff, like things like Sargeras. There are control decks that beat it. I had a positive win rate with it with Shaman. So while it was a high tier deck, it was never truly a power outlier. So it just seemed completely appropriate, and I don't think, some people just don't. It's a deck that is hard to play against, and that it makes you focus to play against it, like, and
Time waits for no one.
Comes prepared.
I think I'm just gonna play this now.
Justice.
The art of the hero power. I don't know. It shuffles 2 dreams like dragons in your deck. These dragons get better the more you imbue, basically.
Grow big and strong.
Any board centric aggro deck? I mean, literally Terran Shaman was also still very good. It just like, so I mean, I think you're wrong. So it didn't really push that out. There were priest aggro decks that were just boring to play. But like, you know, when you get to the really intense ranks, often, you know, you get more and more tight metas. But there are lots of decks. Like I really think just the attacks on Zerg Death Knight are just kind of overblown. You know, like, so yeah. Probably have to kill this, right?
Let me think.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of like my general opinion of the community is like, in general in life, I think people try to create these scenarios where nothing bad can happen and everything is perfect, and I think reality is not like that. Reality is not like that, and often when you have these impossible standards really to make, well, then you try and fix things that really shouldn't be fixed. You know, yeah, kind of like, and sometimes you just have to accept this is just something bad that happens sometimes. And like, kind of an example in real life reminds me of I was dating someone who made a good amount of money, much more than me. And they had something bad happen that cost them about $200, you know? And really, like, that sucks, but that like wasn't, they made enough money where it's not the end of the world. It's not that big a deal. That's like a much more big deal for my amount of money. But they were kind of wealthy enough where like, it's like, you know, you say, oh, that sucks, and you know, you go on with your day, you know? That's kind of the way I look at it, but
Another realm awaits. Another realm awaits. Job's done.
where if you're you know, if you're 15 and you lose $200, like, that's a huge deal, you know? But if you're, so especially when it's things that like are going to happen in life, you know, like you know, you get like a little, you know, if you drive long enough, you're gonna get some sort of minor car accident, you know? I never got back to one, yeah. I saw some clip where like somebody, like, sometimes people who like make a big win on their first time to the casino become like huge addicts, which is kind of sad. because it's like their brain just thinks this is the norm. Yeah, so I don't know. It's more like you know, I've also like told students where they have a day where they win like 2 games and lose 8, and they're really distraught, right? But I'm trying to think of like the probability.
Big and strong.
Let's see. So maybe I can type up. Maybe I can get AI to do it. Let's see if I can get AI to do it. Because I bet AI can do this super easy. What's the probability of flipping a coin 10 times and hitting heads 0, 1, or 2 times? Okay, oh wait, they're telling me the binomial probability, but they're not actually doing it. All right, son of a gun. Oh wait, did they do it? Okay. Okay, there we go. Wow, that's actually really, dude, AI is amazing. Holy crap. Dude, so 5.47% of the time, all right? 5.47. Dude, AI is actually insane. Like, do you know how like that nice, dude, it'd be so easy to learn things. Wait, I kind of have to kill this. I don't know. I thought too long. So 5.4% of the time, this is gonna happen, right? You're going to have, you play for an hour. This, if you feel really, really bad every time a 5.47 event happens in an hour, right? You're gonna feel really bad every other day. So you want to have your expectations around things. You know, like you want to like understand things where you're like, you know, this is a normal, like, you know, if you hit traffic, but normal amounts of traffic and you're losing your shit, right? You're losing your shit being like, fuck, like, dude, the world's against me. You're gonna be miserable. Like, you're gonna be miserable all the time. And it's gonna be hard for people to be around you, right? Because like just everything is a, you know, is a big negative event, right? So you want to like adjust your expectations so that you don't have to be miserable all the time, basically, you know? So I was very upset. Yeah, so, you know, you're thinking like, is this, you know, is this like unusual traffic or is this just like my normal life, you know? So you want to have like expectations around things. Because a lot of like, you know, this is like the cognitive behavioral therapy model, but like you want your, like, if you have a belief that you don't deserve to hit traffic, then you're going to feel righteous anger. Same thing in Hearthstone. And then you're just going to be miserable a lot for no reason. In that, like, these are just normal events that are inherent to life, right? And you're just always feeling mad and angry about things that are just going to happen no matter what, right? And that's a rough way to live life, basically. That's my point. So yeah, I think there's a lot of that in Hearthstone, where it's like, this is a deck that's going to happen. This deck is just like a natural consequence of the game mechanics in the game, the incentives. You know, even I often feel that about Weapon Rogue, where it's like, there's all these decks that are really strong, but they're weak to Weapon Rogue. They can be easily countered with like Viper or Quartz Crusher, but people don't want to do it. getting mad at weapon rogue is like the wrong target, basically. Like it's like the incentives. That's kind of like my attitude, like towards some of this stuff. What do I do here? Oh god. I don't actually have good ways to kill them now, which is unfortunate.
Let me think.
Follow the flutter wings. Time to raise the stakes.
Dozing dragon. It's actually kind of good. I'm just gonna, dude. This hero power thing is gonna be terrible here. There's not really much I can do about it. This aura, I mean, just kills the 2 1/1s. It talks its free green rag. I'm all, dude, I'm a mess, dude. Life is, I don't know. Life is hard. I don't know. Just like everything, you know, a mess. I don't know. I had some, like, I don't know. I have personal drama. There's always something. There's always something. I don't know. I feel like, okay, this is all kind of, I've been thinking about this. Like, I don't know. It's like, life is a lot of, conflict, you know? Conflicts of values, you know? People, even, you know, like, you get some of this in the stream world, right? Where we have, like, lots of different influencers with different values. And, you know, some people, you know, I don't have a loving girlfriend now. So, I don't know. Things are hard. Things are gonna get better. Things are gonna be really good, but, like, I have some hard days, you know? You know. Should you ever, like, you ever have the feeling, I have this feeling of, like, you ever feel in life like there just are no good answers for certain things, you know? I feel that a lot these days, where, like, you're trying to do some version of the right thing, but you just feel like there is no right thing. That's what I've been feeling a lot of lately.
Let me think.
Follow the flutter wings.
Many from one. I'll smoke you.
What did I dodge? Yeah, I don't know. You know, even when you have conflicts where you have 2 friends. I've had some of this lately. I'm not going to tell you the details. You have 2 friends and they have a conflict, and then you're like pulled on both sides, and you both kind of can see it on both ways, but you can see it on both ways. Like, you know, you can see like this, and, you know, it's you can empathize with both of them, but they're both kind of feel a lot of pain, like a lot, from a conflict, and you're just like, you know, and it's hard of like what you do, you know. He has 2 friends, I know, right? Yeah, I don't know. There's I was actually looking forward to it, so I had some, you know, so there just always seems, I don't know. I kind of sometimes feel like, you know, yeah, so I don't know, I had some stuff. Yeah. I don't know, I generally don't like getting in the middle of people's conflicts, but sometimes like you have to, because it's like relevant to your life. But oh, that's like kind of good. Okay, I want to go Anachronos and then draw a bunch of shit.
My blood to save the race.
I remember I met these two girls in high school, right? I met these two girls in high school at, like, I met one of them at a party. And they were talking shit about the other one, and they hated each other. And then I somehow like ended up being friends with both of them, and they were both like cool, really nice people to me. Like they were all really cool, and it's kind of this weird thing of like, you know, people want you to, you know, it's hard of what to do because like, what happens if you have a party? Do you invite both of them? You know, stuff like that. You know, like there's a lot of stuff like that. So, but as it like, just hates them, yeah. And sometimes there are things that like people, like one person will think some, like if I'm, let's say I'm doing something where I'm being like a little like my toxic self about like, you know, me being mean to chat. One person might interpret that as, oh, that's funny, right? Another person might interpret like no, that's really bad. Like that's bad, and like that's really shitty. You know, like people can interpret like the same thing kind of differently. You know. Where are my last cards here? Okay. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm gonna go for here.
Mistakes of the past, rewritten.
If I draw a regular minion, I'm so sad here. Okay, illusion, good. Draw a bunch of dragons. Come on, come on, come on. Good. This is what I need. I need like a full board here.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
A recurring dream.
Time to feed.
You start roasting me, it's very mean and shitty. Yeah, so it's kind of this weird thing of like, you know, somebody might interpret, you know, because like I have reasons I do it too, you know, and somebody might, you know, like part of the part of it is funny, and part of it's like I used to try to be patient with people, and it was just like this endless thing of like, I told you once, like during GM, I tried to put like a no questions thing, and then people were asking me why I was doing no questions. Basically, I've learned like chat doesn't respect boundaries. So what works is being mean to them, and then they do respect boundaries. Like that's kind of, when you try to be nice about boundaries, it doesn't work. I don't know. There's like all these weird things in human relations, you know, so. But yeah, so.
The roots lend the strength.
Are we winning this? Dude, I do really enjoy this deck, but we should play something else.
Time waits for no one.
Because I'm kicky, yeah. So I don't know. Human beings, they're like, there's all this weird, basically this weird stuff, and like, you know, human interactions like this. This is kind of, so. Anyways, what do I do here? Do I ever have lethals here? I might. I'm very close.
This time, mortal.
If I hit a rush minion, would I have lethal here? No, I don't think I would. We'll just hit,
One from
wait, no, I would, but I have 12 here? Well, I have lethal, actually. Yeah. Sorry.
Fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Yeah, I don't know. The less, yeah, but it's hard. I don't know. It's hard if trying to think of like I'm filtering. Yeah. So energy vampires. Yeah. So, but again, yeah. Well, not for no reason, but it's sometimes the reason is to be funny, So
Come closer, critters.
This stars above shall light our way.
so I don't know. I'm mainly rationalizing my own my own streamer patterns though, because yeah, I think it's good though. Like so, yeah, but it is weird of stuff. I think the way I think of it, I see a lot of situations like where a guy will be like talking to some girl, and the girl will be a little bit rude to him, and he'll be mad. But like I'm kind of like this is on the girl's side where like this guy's kind of full of shit, and he's like trying to just like hit it off with this girl, and she's kind of like knows this, so it kind of like this is kind of like a dynamic you see a lot where the guy's like, oh, I was just saying this, and it's like she's like, no, she kind of knows, and I'm not explaining this correctly, but yeah, so where if she's like rude, she kind of says like very cleanly like F off, dude, but then like people will say, oh, why are you so rude, like, so it's like I think that's a very common experience of women that's kind of I'm relating to in this situation, Yeah, and then they'll so
Oh, have you filled out the paperwork?
yeah, so yeah, I kind of am like, and that yeah, so that's a situation where like being rude is effective, but then people get mad, so.
Follow the flutter wings.
10 is the max. Do I have consecration in hand? Maybe I just want to do a whole bunch of nothing here.
By petal and sword.
Might go Anna next turn. Is it ever good? I don't know. I don't know what the 10. There's a broken 10-mana dragon steal, so. But my point is like, like if someone's like hitting on you and you're like in a kind of socially weird spot, you know, but maybe they're like just dancing around it, some rudeness might effectively communicate F off, where being all nice and patient really doesn't. That's like a good example of like being rude kind of works and being nice about it doesn't. So yeah.
Mistakes of the past rewritten.
So I don't know. You can't get mad when you're fed. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could figure out ways for everyone to get along, you know? I try to find, but it's like, it seems like conflict is such a like fundamental element of the human condition, you know? But sometimes, you know, but sometimes you want, you know, people just to be happy and like each other, you know?
Mistakes of the past.
Favorite deck that's so far this one. We've been playing this deck for a while. We probably should switch. Yeah. This one, we can play it for a little bit longer. This is, we already got 2 YouTube videos, so. Chat, we could do just a random spontaneous giveaway. Wait. Oh crap, how do I deal with this bullshit? What do I do here? I need to draw consecration. I'm kind of getting effed. Okay.
Let me think.
See if I can draw consecration here. This draws me Lumia, right? Or no, it draws my 8-drop. I could draw the. I could get the 8-drop here, and then it's not that good. It actually does kill both of these, but I don't really like it. Let's do this. Let's go with this. 7-drop. Love to hit consecration here. Okay. See if I can roll again. I hit it. Holy crap, chat. How am I so good at this game, dude? Yeah, there'll always be conflict. Yeah. Sometimes it's like the daily conflicts of, you know, I mean, think the chat, like, think about how much people get mad about like different Hearthstone people having different opinions on like how the game should be, right? Think about how mad people get about that, and that shit doesn't matter at all. So think about when things really matter, like when like when like the actual things that really matter in life, yeah. Yeah. Those anymore, yeah. Those kind of things, Zeromus, yeah, you know. So exactly, Zydark, yeah. So that's true, Turd Ferguson. But
Smoke ya. Justice.
wait, do these assemble into one guy if they die? That's kind of bad. A lot of conflict is avoidable, yeah. Sometimes people are just looking for conflict, Blurry. You know? For a sense of power. Yeah, I do agree. Some people, they want conflict because they're dead inside. Kind of want to heal, so let's do this. It's a lot of pressure though, so it's like this is probably good enough. Yeah, it's painful though, dude. It's painful. People averse. Though I'm averse to. I was very averse to conflict in my life, and it caused me a lot of problems being averse to conflict in life. So now I pretty much like. There comes a point where I know I have to have a conflict, and it always hurts. It always hurts like hell. But yeah. But your life gets better when you do it. But it always is immensely painful, you know? Yeah, they don't even kill these jerkwads. Why are you triangulating for? People are playing the Terran Shaman in a different build that plays often for fatigue. It's a different way to build the deck. Oh, okay, this was actually a great play. I think, maybe. Okay, let's see if it like it forms into one here, right? That's kind of funny.
Mistakes of the past. Rewritten mistakes of the past. Rewritten.
Are there good? What are the 8-drop dragons, Chad? I can't remember. Are there good ones?
I wonder.
No. I was going 8 over 9 because I don't think there's many good 9s. Wait, this one's insane. Yeah, I'm glad I did 8 and didn't listen to chat's lies. This one's so annoying. How to fatigue? What's it? Yeah.
Time is short. I must.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
All are nourished when the cycle renews. All are nourished when the cycle renews.
Let me think. Follow the flutter wings. I have no master.
Crap. All right. Oh, money hit. Yeah, 10-minute dragons are kind of insane, actually. We have drops in this channel. Drops are enabled, so you can get packs. Let's see what happens here. So we get a bunch of So this dragon should be like insane against any board, right? Like you just get a bunch of these.
No master. I have no master. I'm almost out of cards. Master.
My duty fulfilled.
If I go equality here, these do a lot of damage, right? Yeah, it's only these. It's kind of insane, right?
My duty fulfilled.
Just consecrate, okay. So I can use this to get cards on demand later if I need to. Oh, it hits or something random. Wait. Oh. Let's see if this hits anything still. No, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, see how the 10 drop is kind of a game-winning dragon, right? So. And then they can't, like, play anything because these now do damage to them, so.
My blood for the Lich King! Time is short! I must
Nothing can catch my hound.
come closer, critters.
Hey, we win, chat. Let's go.
I'm almost out of cards. Master.
Bro.
Race cancel. Race cancel.
Dude, this deck is ridiculous. Chat, I'm still having fun. I don't want to play something else. Is that bad? I want to keep playing this. Priest must be tier 0. Dude, I always like... Dude, I see Toneberry on Twitter always being like, another like attack on Priest. But I kind of agree with him. But I'm just kind of like, sorry, dude. Because I play more than one class. But when I used to be a Priest lover, you know, they just, you know, Priest has something like they're preemptively... Like, do they ever preemptively nerf Rogue? Like, hey, Rogue might be OP. Let's nerf it. Shadow Step. Like, I feel like that never happens. I guess they preemptively nerfed Hydration Station. That's for Warrior. Yeah, Warrior and Priest. Yeah. Like, where do people even get mad anymore, dude? It's like, I feel like Twitter's just kind of dead now. So it's like, I don't even know, where do you go to, like, to be righteously angry about the meta? Reddit never sleeps, alright. Yeah, I guess Reddit's still out there. Reddit, is that a YouTube comments? That's probably it, actually. Holy. Alright, this is pretty good. We could just win with aggro here, dude. Google play reviews. Yeah. Dude, I've gone on Reddit and I comment sometimes on things and people like I don't have my Twitter swag, right? So people are just like downvote. I'll be like, yeah, you can get the legend. You just need to play well. Downvoted. The game is fun. Downvoted. Just be as good as me. It's kind of like, I learned this from Path. Because Path, there are ways, there are like, so one is you could just do what Elon does and spend some money and get a really broken character, right? But you also can like do like really kind of no fun farming strategies. And like a lot of times like Again? Okay, we know how to beat him this time. Just don't let them OTK me. Oh, chat, what a high roll. Jareek, thank you for the 13 months. Chat, dude, stream is popping today. Dude, it's always, Theorycraft's always fun.
Go on, take a
Happy to have everybody here.
By petal and sword.
You should talk to people that watch you. Alright. Dude, chat, you know, whatever sometimes I think like there's justice in the world, I remember that they nerfed Wheel, and then I remember that there is no justice. The world is a cruel place. Alright?
Thorn in your side. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Guff at least, like, was okay, you know? Like, Guff survived. Guff hung through the hard times and got out. Alright, it's still playable. But Wheel was already not good. And they just had to slap it in the face, right? I know, right? This is like the sad thing about being a content creator is sometimes I think I make the game less fun because I get the decks that are fun nerfed. You know what I mean? The amount of like decks that are like that I got a week of. So you guys remember my first deck, Galacron Warlock? Like they nerfed it immediately.
By petal and sword.
The portal calls. Petal perfection.
Bro, that's unfortunate. Wait, did they nerf Ticketus? Keep talking like that. Dude, I've been saying this for like 4 years, alright? Chad, I joke that they come to this stream where they're like, what is the next card to ban? Alright. Let's go to No Hand stream, see what he's playing. Ooh, that is pretty good. We're justified. Every nerf that has been against a deck, there's been like 2 justified nerfs against my decks. And then every single other one was a crime against the good people of Hearthstone. Alright. Chat, someday in like 5th grade, kids are gonna have to debate whether or not the wheel nerf was justified, alright? Because it's gonna go down in history as one of this history's a great tragedy.
Go on, take a bite.
Petal perfection.
Do you stack even if you use your hero power? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like you can get more and more hero, more and more imbues. Wait, what? This is annoying. Son of. Well, this was unfortunate. I wrote you a joke. Wait, what was it? Made it into the square.
Mistakes of the past rewritten.
Is like often the cool cards are the ones that get nerfed, and everybody's got a problem with the other person's cool cards. Like, oh, you don't understand. Like, so you get this very watered down version, and it's pretty boring. But no one really feels that bad. Everyone's just bored of the game. They're like, well, nothing feels that bad, but I just haven't felt the inclination to play. So it's the no heads take of why you should be careful about nerfs. All right. Are the most fun decks. I mean, every deck is a tempo deck. The ABC tempo decks are, I think, the most boring in the game. But they're easy to play, and they're often, like, budget friendly, so... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Blizzard might have already started doing this. Like, I think what they need to do is intentionally have cards that they print knowing they're going to be ridiculously OP so that they can make people feel, like, validated. Just be like, you know, we did it, Reddit. We finally got wheel nerfed, even though...
Thorn in your side.
Your first budget deck? So the first deck I played on ladder was Zoo Warlock. And the second, well, I played that for like a week and got to like a few days and got really quickly to like Diamond 11. And then I committed to Raza. I'd randomly gotten Shadow Reaper Anduin and Raza from packs. I opened a few packs of the old thing and I got Raza. So I played that, and I had only played Arena up until then. So I didn't really know what I was doing effectively because I was like, I knew how to play like tempo Hearthstone, but I didn't know how to play like combo Hearthstone. So I had to learn how to like control the board, and then switch into my, you know, because a lot of you are playing like aggro Druid, and then you were playing a lot of the sort of aggro Druid, and then the like kind of big Druid, and then there's like a Res Priest. They were good finds, I know, right? I also had gotten Valen, so I just had the. I remember having craft like Blood Mage Thalnos and like one other legendary. So I got very lucky to kind of high roll into that.
Let me think. For justice.
Oh yeah, there was Pyro Warrior, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Pyro Warrior might have been nerfed by then. No, Patches was still, I don't know. I think it was like slightly post Pirate Warrior.
There's always room for dessert.
What do you do here, chat? I'm kind of getting wrecked. I don't want to die. I really want to be able to go coin Ursul next turn too.
empty petals.
Just gonna overdraw. Okay with it. Yeah, I did. I think patches was one of my first legendaries I crafted. I crafted it because at first I was like, oh, I don't need patches. And then like I eventually got it. So I think I crafted patches for my Warlock deck. But when I first started playing Hearthstone, I was like, I don't want to spend money. Like, this is dumb. I'll just like do something else, and then eventually you spend money, but...
Rise, and let balance be restored. The portal to perfection.
Different deck? Alright, we'll switch after this game.
Find me in the dream.
And most of my like losses I kind of threw because I just wasn't paying attention, because paying attention requires thinking, and thinking bad. Akatsu, thank you for the raid, everybody. I think I have lethal here, chat. Do I have lethal? Wait, maybe not. I don't have a way to get through this taunt, actually. Is there a way to get through this taunt? I need to deal 1 damage here. On quality... Wait, no, the problem is this is I don't get the face damage. This is awkward. It's like almost lethal, but it's not lethal. Almost. Wait, I could draw... I don't even have things in my deck though, so it's not even...
It's time to raise the stakes. This time,
This kind of blows, actually. I don't know. Armor Demon Hunter? I didn't know there was an Armor Demon Hunter. Yeah, dude, Anachronos is pretty OP. It allows you to set up so you go Anachronos and then everything shows up and then you go Quality Consecration. So it's like, it is very, very good. What?
Find me in the dream.
Crap. I don't have a way to deal with this shit. Am I gonna lose here? I might lose. This sucks. I think this is ironically the play, because just dying here sucks. But I'd like to draw Consecration. But
Once upon a time.
What separates dream from madness?
kind of getting wrecked here.
Another realm awaits.
Need to hit Consecration here. I did not hit it. This is the worst thing possible. I do have a lot of taunts here, but like yeah, this card is bad. I should cut it for something else. No doubt in my mind. But I have to figure out what, so that's tough.
I'm almost out of cards. I'm out of cards.
I have lethals here. Just looks like it's short mana wise. If I had infinite mana, I would have lethal, but I don't. So
I must move quickly.
And smell.
chat, what should we play after this? I'm not really sure what I want to play.
Find me in the dream.
OTK lock? I don't know, that Warlock stuff. Isn't Warlock terrible? Am I wrong? It's actually good.
What separates
Right,
dream
ooh.
from
I'm out of cards.
Take your time.
Big viewers today. People want to see those new cards. Wait. Drops for 2 more hours? Yeah, I believe so. Got him.
I'm out of cards.
Being the, I'd say Jombre is easily. There was like a year period where I was out beating him, but like no contest better deck builder than me.